Welcome back to The Explainer. Tonight we're speaking with Martha Karua, who is the party leader of PLP, that's the People's Liberation Party. Talking about the state of the nation following, yesterday's events. Thank you so much for making time for us.
And thank you for having me.
Yeah. Let's start by just getting your reaction from the events that we saw. I mean, there's been quite a bit that's happened from June 25th. But your immediate reaction to the day that was yesterday, Saba.
It's shock, frustration, anger to see continued trend of killing innocent protesters, peaceful protesters, destroying businesses. And it's apparent that it's state-sponsored goons who are destroying the businesses. The reports we are getting, say from Kirinyaga, from Meru, from elsewhere, that the people who destroyed the businesses appear to have been dropped there. Yes, they may have been joined by local people in looting, especially in Mwea, but the trigger was people imported to do specifically that. Targeting of businesses in Nairobi, in other places, and indiscriminate killing of people. I saw a body, what appeared to be a body, being dragged on the tarmac by police. You don't just kill people, you disrespect the dead. It is something we have not seen, unprecedented. And we can only shudder that this rogue regime continues to butcher Kenyans with impunity. Mm.
This was meant to be the 35th commemoration of Saba. You were there during that time. I wonder what was your plan, to commemorate this day, considering you played a central role in the Saba movement that got us to multi-party democracy.
It's a celebration of our freedom and demand that the rights that are guaranteed in our constitution be respected. One of them being the right to picket, which we have seen under this rogue regime being completely disregarded. They are actually trying to intimidate and stop people from expressing themselves. From Gen Zs who express themselves online, from cartoonists, from people who just want to exercise their freedom, disagreeing with the regime and making jokes about them, being abducted, tortured, turning up dead. So it is a celebration of our freedom and a reminder that we must keep fighting for it. We really must fight and refuse to be bottled and returned to the dark days of yesterday.
Yeah. How do you think we should commemorate this day going forward? Because it's always been sometimes passes quietly. Yeah. Obviously after June 2024, and now, the day has perhaps gotten back to the front of our memories. But how would you propose we commemorate a day like this in this country?
I think it should be a day to celebrate the freedoms we have gained so far. One way is coming out and expressing ourselves. And Gen Z have shown that Kenyans can have large-scale demonstrations that are peaceful. And we remember, even in 2024, the protests were beautiful. They were like a carnival, coming out, a show of patriotism, waving flags, caring for one another. Violence and death was introduced by the state. Snipers shooting peaceful young protesters. And from then on, what we have seen is like vengeance from the regime. You dare express yourself, we will crush you, we will kill you, we will desecrate the very freedoms that are protected in the Constitution. It is totally unacceptable. And to Kenyans, I say, don't lose hope. We really must fight. Tukiwachilia hata dakika moja, we are going to be bottled up and returned to where we came from. We must fight for our freedoms, and we must refuse to be intimidated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Martha Karua, party leader of the People's Liberation Party, please stay with us here as we continue to talk about this day, and indeed, most importantly, you know, what lies ahead and where do we move from here? Because, you know, like we're saying, we seem to be deadlocked. There is no compromise on either side. So what is the way forward? And indeed, there have been some proposals, and we'd like to hear what your proposals are as well in terms of moving the country forward from the stalemate we seem to find ourselves in. We continue